And welcome back to the main event, where we're about to see the final showdown between two titans of Magic the Gathering. Competition just doesn't get any more fierce than this, the World Series of Magic.
We have Darin Johnson, the up-and-coming Magic player. Some call him the Elf Master because of the deck that he's been wielding in the 32 rounds of tournaments that both he and Kirk Mad Dog Ralston have labored through to get to this point today.
Kirk Ralston, the returning champion, whose artifact and token decks have had many competitors throwing their hands up in defeat over an impressive 5-year career in World Series of Magic. And Artifacts vs. Elves are always an impressive matchup to watch, so let's go to the table where the players have been given the go-ahead to draw their first hands.
Darin Johnson seems to be at a disadvantage here, wearing his reflective glasses. We'll see how that pans out in the rest of this match.
Ready when you are.
Okay, it appears that neither are taking the mulligan. Kirk has won the roll to go first, and so he leads off with a swamp and passes to Darin.
Right.
Who drops a forest and plays Heritage Druid.
Heritage Druid, always a good play on the first round. Gives you some mana to crank those elves out quicker.
Kirk goes ahead and drops an Ethereum Sculptor, and there's a Mem Knight on the field now. Played an island to pay for those.
Using artifacts, he can pump out those artifacts really, really quickly. It's really going to play to his advantage, and Darin's going to be fighting an uphill battle.
Pilipala.
Wow! Darin's got Pilipala on the field, and that could potentially spell some trouble for Kirk.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yes, sir. No, I'm not attacking.
Darin wisely does not attack with Pilipala.
Pretty sure.
At this point in the game, it would be far too easy for Kirk to just wipe out his entire offensive line. Kirk's got a huge card advantage, though. He just dropped Plains, Ethereum Sculptor, Soul Ring. That Howling Mine is going to force Darin to draw an extra card every turn, and of course, if he ends up drawing his entire deck before he can beat Kirk, he will lose the game.
And Kirk there just dropped every single card in his hand, so he's really definitely got the card advantage on the field now.
Kirk is attacking. First attack of the game, he's attacking with Glaze Fiend, and Darin wisely takes that 2 damage. So Darin with 18, Kirk with 20.
You sure? I think you should block with Pilipala.
Nah.
That'd be cool.
Go on now.
Okay, your turn.
Right.
Darin draws 2 more cards. Could play to his advantage by being able to draw more of his elves to play. Could also be a disadvantage running through his deck too quickly.
Some Gandhi.
Whoa! Darin has just enchanted Pilipala. James, why don't you tell us what those 3 cards on the table will now do?
So, Pilipala, enchanted with Presence of Gond, is now able to tap and get an elf every time it's tapped. And with Heritage Druid on the field, Darin can now tap elves in order to get mana. Mana is needed to untap Pilipala, so he's now got this infinity loop of tapping Pilipala to get elves, and then the elves get a mana to untap Pilipala to be able to get more elves. Darin can potentially have as many elves as he wants.
But Kirk doesn't look too worried. He looks like he's got something up his sleeve.
Another Charm the Hegemon.
And another Charm the Hegemon hits the field, pushing the first Charm the Hegemon, since it is a legendary creature, into the graveyard. But because of its special ability, brings it back out onto the field an infinite number of times, which beefs up Glaze Fiend to a very, very large creature.
Get an elf.
Darin doesn't seem to be scared here, though. He seems to know what he's doing. Activates his infinity loop, creating a very large number of elves.
Then I'm going to tap this guy and shoot him for an infinite number of elf damage.
Okay.
Glaze Fiend hits Kirk's graveyard, and it looks like this may be the end, because with no blockers, Kirk is a sitting duck against that infinite number of elves.
I am going to...
Darin draws.
Infinite number of elves.
He attacks with the infinite elves.
Okay.
Kirk knows what he's doing, though. He plays Batwing Broom. Batwing Broom is reflecting all of that damage that those infinite elves are doing back directly to Darin.
Tap that.
Darin seems to have a trick up his sleeve, though.
Roar of the Crowd.
Shoot you.
Ooh, that is a really good card, dealing damage directly to Kirk, equal to the number of elves in play. Well, I guess Kirk Mad Dog Ralston has been dethroned as reigning champion.
A startling upset, really. I mean, the two players really did play very well. They had excellently constructed decks. They both got an Infinity Loop. That's something we've never seen in World Series of Magic before.
Suffice it to say, it was pretty neat to watch.
Amazing game to watch. These two really brought their A games today, and I don't think we'll see another World Series of Magic like this for at least another year.
I would agree.
And so, from the studios here in Indianapolis, Indiana, I'm David Atwell.
And I'm James Wilcox.
We'll see you all next time for another World Series of Magic main event.